Hello, good evening. Thursday already. Where's time going? Flying by. Hope everyone's safe. Hope everyone's well. And welcome to Open Mic Hour again. Your hour coming in and around and have a chat with us. Again, another lockdown catch up, basically. So just keep people ticking over there. And how's everyone doing? If nobody's clicked onto the StreamYard blue link yet, click onto that because all it's coming up is Facebook user. So I am missing a few names there. And good evening, good and welcome. Well, tonight's topic is basically look after your money. Uncertain precedented times out there. I do get contacted and inboxed a lot about certain things and certain situations. So hello, Gemma. Anybody else there? Just add any questions, basically. But anybody that's not clicked onto the StreamYard, click onto it, then I'll be able to see your picture as well. Hello, Ricky. Hope you're well. Hope you're all right. Where do we start with this? I think we were looking at more of public payment protection and public payments and certain things like liabilities, insurances, and it just seems to be ever and ever ongoing and ongoing. And what I'm seeing is if people do claim on anything, it seems to have that backlash and the wallop and, you know, excesses and all this, that and the other as well. So again, if there's anybody like myself, I'm pretty good with looking after what I've had. And basically, I want to try and get some pounds and pennies back into your pockets this evening. I know it sounds daft, just a general chit chat to a good friend of mine this week. Little things, gone onto a water meter. He's actually saved himself £600 this week just by switching over to a water meter. Current situations, his family members have fled the home, so he's using less water, but he's not on a water meter. So little things like that. He saved £600 this week, and that was just by one phone call alone. My background is I have had 5 years in financial industry way back when I worked for Marks and Spencer's Financial Bank. I don't know everything, but if I can help save some people some money out there and have a talk of any situations you've come across, the main thing that I'm seeing people struggling with, hello, if I've missed any comments as well, the main comments, the main things I'm seeing that I'm getting really frustrated about realistically is like the PayPal situation. And I'll go into that a little bit more as we're going down through the hour. And I'll go back up through the comments as well in a minute or two. I'm basically, if people are paying by friends and family, which is okay, but you're actually committing just to handing that money over, regardless, who it's for or where it's going as well. So hence why look after your money. People are too quick just to yeah, I'll send that over, that's fine. But if any circumstances change, this is where the problem comes in. What I'd like to do and see is if somebody puts like £1 on to cover the charges to cover the PayPal, then you've got a little bit more rights on getting that back. But when you're sending things over by friends and family and stuff like that, you're very well committed. There are amazing people out there that box everybody off and integrate, and when there's changes of anything going on, venues, tickets and everything else like that, then there are very well-known people out there. I've seen a scenario, I'll just try and cover this in a different way. Say someone was going to likes of Alcatraz and a certain event or a certain venue was like £800 for the weekend or £900 for the weekend or £900 for the week going over to Alcatraz, say, and say a company went into liquidation. If it's paid by friends and family, there's not a lot people can do to get your money back. It's your hard-earned money as well. Any questions? Utility warehouse sales pitch. No, it wasn't Rach. Rach has got the talons out tonight, definitely there. Little things like that, Rach. It's keeping your head above water is most important these days. And I'm not here, I don't preach what I do, basically. I'm just trying to look after everybody. I've seen certain situations where we have liability insurance as well, which will cover something of a venue for like £5 million. A lot of the places that's been on TV, they will want £10 million worth of insurance basically alone. So you're looking at amalgamating and covering that between a few people, or the team will up theirs to 10 million for liability insurance as well. That's just money that is basically gone and wilted off, and yeah, it covers the whole situation of a scenario app, and that's fine. But again, it's like it is money that you're not realistically going to see again as well. So you know, if you're looking at 150, 170 pound a year for liability cover, if people amalgamate and combined it for certain situations, you might save a little bit of money there. But my main concern is I see a lot of people sending money over by friends and family. So if a certain ticket is venue or somewhere is £25 for an evening, and I don't know the percentage they pay over to PayPal. So if they put £2 on and charge 27 and don't get the payment by friends and family, then there's a little bit more safeguarding is what I'm looking at. I think that's a little bit more realistic. It's not about charging somebody else extra £2. It's again, I just feel that there's a good window where we can work together and tick a few more boxes on looking after each other as well. Good evening, Lee. Hello, Rachel. You know where, right, I'm just going to scroll back up a little bit because, again, I've missed a lot of people coming in there. Again, thanks for sharing. Right, where are we going then, Rach? Yeah, I'm not going to go into details with that, Rach, but the simplistic thing is if somebody's booked a place and somebody's gone into liquidation, then that's a type of scenario where if you pay by friends and family, then that's not covered as well. Again, there's certain situations. Again, you know me, I'm down the middle. I try and look after everybody, and everybody's. I can understand everybody's side of putting things together, and I can understand everybody's sides of looking after that trips, travels, and journeys, and everything else. But what I'm more concerned about is just I feel think before you actually book something as well, and which way. The safest way to pay for anything is obviously credit card. I had a situation there a few weeks back. I had a phone call. Oh, you're getting the sofa delivered today, Mr. Fields? I said, I'm not. I said, oh, you've paid for it. I went, I haven't. And for one behold reason or whatever, possibly sat on the iPad or anything like that, transaction's gone through. I do not know how it's gone through. Made a phone call, credit card company, yeah, cancel that straight away. Company were fantastic, no problem, understand how that's happened. Again, if that had been sent in a transaction in a different way, there was like nearly £1,000 just gone just by a click of a button with today's technology. A lot of the smart situations, you might have to press 2 or 3 times on it. I don't know what happened there, but the transaction went through. So realistically, I just saved myself virtually £1,000, just lucky enough that payment had gone through, £1,000 odd or something round about that figure. But because it's through a credit card, it gives you that security as well. There's loads of covers there as well. I'd also say, if anyone's got like a bank account and they change it, basically, there's a couple of £1,000 to be had there if you've had that bank account for 10 years. You know, I'd like to see people just writing a letter. You don't need to use a company. You can write a letter to your bank saying that you'd ask all back for your charges. Your bank charges might be £170 a year, £17 a month approximately, with an ultimate account card. All I think is on there is like the AA cover, or there's holiday cover on it. We're certainly not going anywhere. So you certainly realistically at the moment don't need the holiday cover, do you? You can get AA insurance for about £60 a year, and you're paying £170 a year just for them 2 items within that account. I would safely say you get a couple of £1,000 back on that by having a little look into it, just writing a letter to your bank. You don't have to go through the company to claim that back. Certain companies might charge 30%, 33% plus VAT. So even if you got £2,000 by going through that type of card company, to get money back from an up-and-coming card company at the bank with a certain bank account that you don't use all their facilities within, that you don't even know that's there, then there's a few £1,000 back minimum if you've had that bank account for 10 years, because they change it. They don't tell you what's in it and what's included. So just by making a phone call and having a little look into it, you know, there's £1,000, £2,000 there for you, folks. All I'm trying to say is have a little look into things, because we're quite easy just going through the motions of busy lives, month in, month out. But have a little look at that as well. There's loads going on as well with the coronavirus, but your consumer rights as well. Purchasing Goods 1979 Act. There's loads that comes under that as well. Your phone line orders and everything else. Right, let's get along to some questions. Has anybody had any experiences of where you've had difficulties? That was a great experience for me, even though it was easy with that credit card scenario the other week. I got my money back straight away. But can you imagine the stresses and the strains if I'd have not been able to do that? You know, that had gone through another PayPal account, friends and family transaction, then I'd have been struggling. So again, it's just like, I want you to have a little bit of a think over the next hour, put some questions on, try and share some of the information. The other one I see is that the excess on other stuff, it's just unbelievable. What's your current thoughts on the situation of being moved due to COVID and not being offered a full refund? Just the date of move. What I would say with that is, basically, what's your thoughts on that as well, folks? Yeah, you can put that back and put it back and put it back. It's not down to the people that's having the events and the venues, but you might be able to switch that to another location or another date, which is fine. But realistically, if you've got that as a surprise, or you've got that as going along onto a certain place or whatever, you can really struggle with that as well. So it's like you're over trying to put that situation into that tying in just by everyone. But again, that's where, to me, the friends and family comes in and the PayPal situation. So I'd like everybody to take a little bit of a step back and think before you send, basically, because it's all right sending. Again, just have a little bit about that and have a little bit more of wits about you, basically. Amazing people doing amazing out there, putting everything together. I'm all for that. And well done, and hats off to you. And I really do credit it. And what I'd like for me to see is, even if you put £1 or £2 on top of your fees for the place or a location, then that will take the friends and family situation away. That's a little bit of a way. I don't know the percentage rate for coming away from the friends and family scenario. I'm just trying to safeguard a few more people out there because of current climate, current situations. So I'm just looking for a bit of a tick in the box towards other people, and tick in the box for your customers, basically, as well. Right, online, let's see. Who's had the good and bad experience as well? Should companies change their policies? I certainly think so. I know our policies are changed in and around everything I do. Our policies are updated and upgraded all the time. Definitely. So I think there needs to be a little bit more on the policies changed. Look into, update it, bring things up to date, folks. You know, look into terms and conditions. You'd be very surprised. Important consumer advice, purchases on goods, stuff like that. Have a little look into that. Right, who's got any questions? Yes, I'll put that up again, Rage, because I wasn't doing that as a specific, but that was just a scenario factor that's brought a money situation in, where just wanted to bring that up anyway. Please invite your friends along. If I've missed anybody, I do apologise. Hello, Ricky, Mike Archer, Karen Rocks. Hey, don't go too far, Mike. Well done, and thank you for tuning in. Hey, Rick. Right, let's go down, see where we're going. See where we're going. Come on, give us a type in the sentence there that you're relating to on the topic as well, with anything that we've covered on. And welcome. Hello, Claire. Okay, Gemma. I'd always be suspicious of anyone asking me PayPal friends, but people don't. I've got a figure. I'm just going to relate to it. Excuse me. I think I've written it down. The UK alone in fraud in the UK is about 38 billion, or either 4 billion. But it's not as much as fraud. It's as much as, you know, there's financial scams out there as well. So where's the boundaries? Where's the boundaries? Where do you put the boundaries in? To me, I think the friends and family situations, I think people really do need to consider looking into it before you send. That's my personal view. I'm not just preaching that. I'm just having a look at. I'm trying to safeguard everybody out there in the industry. Everybody that we come across, we're all in it together. So to me, makes sense. Venue £30, put up to £32, and then don't have the payments by friends and family. That's just my personal view type of thing. But just having a look at different ways, but definitely read your policies, purchases on all goods as well. Again, even with this, if you've got your own companies or anything, look into your policies, because there is actually certain policies that are covered for this situation with this coronavirus. You will get 30 minutes free advice as well, but go via no win, no fee. You know, I'm not plugging solicitors or anything, but advice, it's there, it's free. I was 2 days away from losing everything, but a free phone call just helped me. That was a long time ago. So information is out there. It's how you go about it and picking up on stuff as well. Are things fit for purpose? Are things you know, is the quality right around things? Satisfactory quality, fit for purpose. Do things match your purpose as well? Again, this is all around things that you need to be asking out there as well. So here we go. David, always pay on credit cards, much safer online. It is. And I do find that there is great support out there in and around the banking system. But it all does seem to me that paying by credit card's fine, but pay it off straight away. Bang, yeah, done, dusted, cover yourselves. It is easier said than done in a very busy, hectic lifestyle. So what I think now, people have got time on their hands. I really think you can get hold of what you really need to get hold of and bring everything to the, get everything sorted out, basically. Purchase of services as well. Services, provisions, you know, are they being carried out? So if people have got all cover for boilers and stuff like that as well. How many times have you been battered with that? Look into the paperwork of the policies again. Right, where are we going? Right, Rachel. Definitely, Rachel, and this is it. The massive reputable companies out there, massive people out there, and again, it's just, you know, let's start ticking the boxes for each other. Do you know what I mean? All good, thanks. I missed that one. Just gonna go back up. All good, thanks. Tired from work and such. All good otherwise. It is like Groundhog Day at the present situation. Again, Claire, good advice, Gary. Credit card can be insured too. It certainly can. I've had situations where insuring a vehicle, obviously from a van to a camper van, and little things like that. It's just so many fine lines. But again, the amount from insuring the van at say 14k to insuring it through a camper van insurance, it went up to 32k to insure. So the value of that vehicle, little things like that. But if you don't look into things, you're leaving yourselves wide open there, folks, as well. Credit card is definitely safer as well. I'm not advising just people spend on cards. I'm just saying be smart. be smarter, be wiser. Think before you hand your money over. It's your hard-earned cash. Yeah. Again, definitely that bank utility accounts, AA cover, 40, 60 quid a year. Get the home one for 120 quid a year. You're saving £200 a year if you ask basically for all your fees back, basically. So however long you've been in that type of bank account, all they will do, they will keep your bank accounts open. They'll just move the tailoring of it. So, you know, obviously we don't use a lot of checks these days, so you might not need a checkbook account again. I think there's even burst pipe cover in that. Certainly you've got a burst pipe cover there, surely that'll come under your buildings and contents as well. So where are we going? Credit cards, definitely. Any questions? Give us some of your experiences, folks. That is what I'm coming to on my next page, young David. If I've missed one out, I'm going to go to David in a minute. Martin Lewis, top man. That's where I advised my friend to go today. Save £600 on his water bill straight away. Little ones have gone, flown the nest. Never even thought of it because he's that used to paying £80, £90 a month. Now it's gone down to £35 a month. That's just by making one phone call as well. So again, you've got other things as well around anything that you buy online. Certain perishable goods will have different dates, different services around the provisions of that as well with perishables. So you've got stuff like food or flowers as well. So you've got different things as well. So again, look into what you're purchasing. You know, you might order something that's coming from, I was going to say Amsterdam, flowers wise, I'll say flowers from Amsterdam. But again, the traveling and the timing of delivery dates, perishable goods might not be covered, certain situations again. So I do think I'm going to save people money out there, but I want to know your experiences as well. What have you come across? What have you had to sort out? Tell me the good things. Right. Let's say, for instance, the night was cancelled and you paid in full well before the full payment is needed. No free refund offered. It was given the ticket price money for another event or move to another night of the same event. Yeah, that's what most people do a lot these days. But again, you know, you're tying in with your time and effort. And I feel that you're more under pressure than to oblige and making the redate as well, which sometimes it can be quite hard if you've had a very busy calendar as well. If it's a summer month and you might do that certain events in a winter month as well. So again, I'm just looking for the balance, but I want make sure people are comfortable with what they're doing as well. So again, this is not a negative program. This is like all in it together and all looking and all working together as well. You know, of a one team who didn't offer a refund, outrageous. Again, it's just have a little look into their terms and conditions and read up on their page. Had a fraud transaction on your credit card. Lucky got it all back. Yeah, definitely. 2005, 2006. I went off to, I think it was Asia, somewhere in Asia, and basically I rang the bank before I was going, let them know I'd be using my card out there. And lucky enough, when I got back, it'd obviously been skimmed and there was thousands gone on it, and the bank were like, no, Gary, we knew you was going out there, that's fine. Yeah, we've covered that, we've covered it. They phoned me and said, your card's been skimmed. So how much did you spend out there? And I don't know, £200-300 or whatever. And they said, no, there's like £6,000-7,000 gone out here. I was like, right, they paid that again. But again, you can notify your bank when we can get up and running, and notifying of any travel as well. Let your credit card company know if you're going abroad as well. It's always the safest bet, because they will look out for unusual transactions. Say, right, you feel you should have had a choice of a refund or a date move? Yeah, basically that's it. You know, let's look at it at that as well. So that's a win-win, isn't it, Jess? So again, a nice win-win. That's fantastic, and that's what it's all about. Lee Bliss, if people asked, if anyone wants to come on as well, you're more than welcome. Don't forget, it's your hour as well. So, you know, come and have a say as well. If people ask for an event to be, just looking for the actual, right, there it goes. If people ask for the event to be paid by friends and family, it rings alarm bells. If you just be paid by a business transaction, get PayPal buyer protection, yeah, little things like that. Again, excuse me. Where are we going? Keep on chatting network through my thoughts. Or there should be 2 opinions. Agree to a new date and total refund instead of a change date. Interfere for something. Yeah, definitely agree, Mike. And again, all we're trying to do is cover people as we're moving forwards. The times have really been tough in the last 12 months for a lot of people out there. So let's look for the win-win situation. There's no name on this. You ran a company, Mersey. All right, Merseycom. We had tickets for the event at £6. We asked people to pay friends and family. We could have charged them more, but PayPal take their cut. Yeah, we wanted to make it much cheaper as possible. So rather than adding a couple of quid on per ticket, that's fine. It could have been an extra £10. Well, that's quite a lot, isn't it? To be honest, as well. If people couldn't make it, we did give them a full refund. That's fantastic. I'm going to say that's our Phil. That definitely, because again, you know, the honourable people out there, Phil, and it's great that people are honouring it as well and ticking all the boxes. We're just trying to tick a few more boxes. That's all we're trying to do tonight. Totally understand it. Exactly. There are always event teams who don't give you a choice of the money back. Where are we? It should be the customer's choice. Run an event yet. You can't say it's like on the other side. You can't say what it's like. It is very tough. People are working their little cotton socks out. And I mentioned it to a very well-known medium the other week, and he said, I can't understand why people are booking these places. I'm thinking, well, you've got to keep booking these events and keep booking these places because the slots go. So again, if something's on at April and it has to be put back, it's just one of them things as well. It's really, really tough balance at the moment as well. Really is. Teresa, had somebody use your credit card bank, contact me. The credit card was being used in the casino, on the casino line. It was only £80. Thank God you got it back. But again, it's that moment in your mouth, isn't it? When it's like, oh my word, what have I been hit for there? And it is horrible. That's what I had with that sofa situation. I was like, oh come on, you are joking. It's like, no, we're delivering it, that item, and it's like, you're joking. So it's that heart and mouth moment as well. But what I've seen over the last few weeks, we're just trying to tick the boxes where we can help the customers out there as well as the events people. So again, we look at the policies, look at the procedures, bring everything into play. We're just trying to help each other out there as well, because you're putting your time and effort and energy in, and the events people they are putting the time, effort and energy in as well. So definitely agree with you on that, Ricky. Hello, Jen. Nice readings with our lovely Jen. Where are you going? Rachel. We recently refunded for some tickets without any issues. We'd forgot to change the ticket date for the event. They couldn't make the new date. Refusing to refund is going to kill any business. Certainly is, young lady. Certainly is. Go to our Lee. Again, putting all your thoughts together as well, folks, as well, so we can see things, what's better that works for both sides as well. Ali said, if an event gets cancelled, I believe that a full refund should be offered. I know many teams transfer to different dates. I personally think this is wrong. This is all we're trying to do is like sort of to me, if it's a certain location, they should tick out and sell anyway. They should tick the boxes and sell anyway. So again, we're after the balance, aren't we? So Jessica, this is shocking. You can understand if you don't turn up because you forgot, but there is genuine reasons, illness and current situations. The C19 should be an option regardless. It certainly should. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've gone to amazing locations, and I've had people phone up on the night. Oh, can I have a refund? It's raining. We don't want to come out in the rain. And like that's like 20 minutes before the event, and the people were due there. So sometimes there's boundaries as well, isn't there? Again, so sometimes again you come across all sorts, don't you? Coming across all sorts. Rachel, where are you? Just looking for your comment here. Exactly, we refunded the tickets last week due to an admin error. We lost £1.90, but I'd rather keep their future customs than write off for potential regulars. Definitely as well. And when you're putting the hard work in and you're having to cancel a venue, that is, it's just it's horrible all the way around. It does hit everyone, doesn't it? Claire, some credit card companies have decided to ask for more than the minimum. In my opinion, it's cover themselves for people who can't pay for a number of reasons. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people it's going to the throat with as well. So again, I would always, if you do put anything on that credit card, is bang it, put it off straight away. There is cancellation rights as well within the buying of goods online as well. So there is consumer rights with that. That comes under the consumercouncil.org.uk. in and around relation to what it actually covers, or what groups, or what topic, or what subject, you'd have to read on their webpage. But have a look at the consumercouncil.org.uk as well. When you don't have any consumer rights as well, it will go into all that as well. So there's little things and little points in the right direction. Right, let's see where we're going. Top tips for protecting yourself when shopping online as well. Cancelling events, tickets, postponements. You can get very late postponements now, can't you? I had a phone call. No, I got an inbox. I'm going to say top of my head, around about 2 weeks before Christmas. An event got cancelled in October. A massive event in the UK. Gary, we haven't had any refund. I've not heard anything back. I said, okay, leave it with me. Sent a nice, polite inbox to the person that was running the company. So sorry, Gary, it was an oversight because of the time of year, and we were into December by then. It's just been an oversight. I think the tickets were £59 each, and there was 2 couples, so there was like £240 in total. But that was just a genuine oversight. These things happen. So again, it's a nice nudge in the right direction. Customer's happy, but that customer had saved up virtually for 12 months as well. So when they weren't getting the money back and they'd asked for the money back, it was an oversight in that situation. And it was nice to see them, and a nice thank you as well for sorting that out as well. You do get the genuine oversights there as well. So that's another one we've covered. How are we doing for time? Right, Rachel, what have we got? Saw an interesting chat last night with a company who didn't disclose the fact that they sell. Just have to scroll that down. I'm blaming the light in the room. Didn't disclose the fact of reconditioned ghost hunting equipment is madness. Yeah. Reconditioned ghost hunting equipment. That is bizarre, isn't it? And again, I've seen good friends there that's looked into scenarios of looking for the cheaper equipment as well. So again, once you put the paranormal side of it, it's different things, you know. Prices of stuff goes nuts, doesn't it? So when you put the paranormal equipment and an EMF or something, and you're looking in the electrical section, and it's like £6 cheaper, but paranormal it's £6 dearer. It's mad. So Ali, just paranormal, which is Ali. If any of the events are cancelled, full refund. The money is paid for the event, goes into separate pot. It does not get touched until the event is finished. That's fantastic. Easy way. Rainy day, put it to one side. It's very good at that as well. Good evening, Coops. Coops, I'd like to do a show with you and touch in what I need to do a show with you, and we'll have an interesting chat and a catch up on a topic and a subject that I was talking to our lovely Karen about the other day, but we won't mention that until it gets the okay and the clear. Jessica, you're happy with the transfer to another date or event if it's available? Yeah, it definitely, yeah. What I always find though, it's usually 2 or 3 dates, and then you really start struggling, don't you, if you're getting that as well. What's our Claire saying? Oh, missed that. Bit of advice: if working from home currently, you can claim a percentage of the government for running cost of an office. That's brilliant as well. Also as well, Claire, anyone who is self-employed out there, get yourself your little office outside and if you've got the facilities, book that down. So where you're working and getting your gas and your electric, if you're self-employed and you're charging and working from home, as well as your heating as well, get them costs tied in with it as well. And a lot of people getting the outdoor offices now, which are a nice beer garden as well, if you've got the grounds. But I do know a good friend that's just put £3,000 bill on top of his tax bill to get a refund for that for next year as well. So he's got now nice little outhouse, summer house, which is his office. So there's £3,000 as well. So there's little ways and means. So I know people are suffering now, but hit the tax man next year and put your books in as well in that scenario. So again, it swings and roundabouts. You know, I am seeing a lot of people hit and a lot of people getting support, but anybody that's self-employed now, have a little think outside the box where you can bang different receipts in as well, professionally in the right way. Obviously, all good. A good accountant will sort you out as well. Right, definitely agree with you that, Claire. But I do know a friend that's just saved £3,000, but he won't get it till next year, just by his new office. So eBay have buyer protection. I don't see a lot of the buyer protection because the amount of stuff I buy off eBay, and when it comes, it's the wrong size, and I'll just bin it. I got a padded coat the other day, wrong size, got rid, give it away straight away. I got this, never worked. On-off button doesn't work, still boxed. Won't bother with it. So that's a nice little present for our Ed to put in one of his boxes as well and use the speakers out of. But the amount of stuff online, half the time it's just not worth the paper it's written on as well, is it? So again, I get very frustrated, and that's where I get frustrated at buying online. I'm not very keen on buying online. eBay have the protection, which is always good. And let's go down to our Claire. We'll skip right again. You're a paranormal customer, not an organizer, but in my opinion, the organizer should expect to take a small hit financially. Comes in the territory of planning, etc. It has put a bigger spin on things, and that's all we're trying to cover and tick the boxes again of C19 is, I just think it's a rejigging, a revamping of the situation as well, because I've seen everyone that's had to revamp over the last 12 months in certain areas, policies, procedures, and everything like that as well. Both sides are struggling, totally agree. And realistically, both lots should be having a tap on the back. We are keep trying to move forwards, and that's all we're trying to do. Cheers, 9:34. Right. You have too much money, Rach. I worked hard. I put it away. I put it away. When you work, it's not about the working side of it, Rach. It's having the plan to look long term. Again, I think now where we are within the industry, we need to have a little look for long term, because we've got the customers there. Let's look after them. We've got the companies there. We want to look after you as well. How many more financial hits are the leisure and events industry expected to take? I don't go into the politics side of it. Drives me wild. I just think there's that amount of people being hit. It's just I haven't got the answer for that, Rach. Really haven't got the answer, and it's not very often I haven't got an answer for something as well, because I talk for England. Where are we going? Let's see. Again, watch out for any scams as well, because there's more people sat at home. In the last 12 months, scams have gone up 40%. This year, they've gone up 40%. So again, please watch out for the scams. It's coming along the line as well. Again, definitely Martin Lewis, get on there. Policy updates, PayPal, Financial Ombudsman is there for you as well with the services. Have a little look into it. If you're not happy about something, say something, do something. It's all about doing. I'm trying to get to people, not to the stage where they're just moaning about it and getting on with it, because that's the British way. That's what we do. But what I'm saying is it's simplistic to put things in a letter. They've got to respond. An email, they've got to respond. Best ways is definitely credit card, debit card. It's saying, it does say payment apps, PayPal, not friends and family, I would advise. I've heard of a new one of Coldstream Vaults. I've never seen it, never used it, don't know anything about that. Has anyone used it out there? Payment services as well. Chargeback scams, be very careful of chargeback scams as well at the moment, how to prevent them. Think twice before certain emails. I mean, how many times have we had that email, your PayPal has been blocked, your PayPal has been reduced or whatever, and you're like, yeah, all right, see you later. Ta-ra. There's PayPal limits as well, the fees in the community. Is PayPal ripping people off? You tell me. Worst scam over the last 12 months has been people trying to sell tickets for events that have been no dealings with, scamming, flogging tickets, etc. Yeah, over the years, I've had many fantastic groups out there, and we've actually brought teams down that were selling places, selling events, and they weren't even at that location. So again, we are all in it, trying to look after each other. And the paranormal field and the paranormal community do that as well. We do that as well. And it took us a long time to stop them charging people, and for people getting ripped off as well. Oh, Claire's saying scams are a disgrace. My advice is not to order anything. How much about something? Leave it well alone. Don't open it. Definitely with the emails. Me and Coops have touched a lot of things. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of people out there thinking outside the box there as well. And our Coops, what he puts, Christ, a live chat with Baldy needing a haircut. Can I come on after I've been the dentist and sort out a mop lol? Yes, of course you can. I'll have to get a shout after you're live. We'll sort a date out, and I want to talk about. We're gonna say it like no, I'm gonna keep it. It's not very often I say it, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. But I want Coops, I want you to come on, have an hour, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Have you say, you're seeing a bigger picture out there as well, and a lot of people aren't seeing a bigger picture out there. Again, and at the minute, I would always safely say I'm not looking into certain things too deep, because it's hard. It is hard when you're you're on your own type of scenario as well. Again, I know we're coming up to 46 minutes. Martin Lewis on his page, it's actually said there's issues, urgent warnings to anyone with PayPal. I haven't checked that out yet, but I'll go through his page, and again, I'll have a little look into that. So see where we're going. David West, Pathologies has the price for equipment since last July. Just keep putting the same answers on them in email around 7. I'm thinking of going to a financial ombudsman. That's what it's there for. Put it into play, see how you get on. If you don't ask, you don't get. That's what I always safely say. But again, go to it. Go to the ombudsman. Yeah. Jessica, does anyone want to come on live for the last 10? You're more than welcome. Our lovely Karen will send you a link. I've always deleted these emails from PayPal. I just put them in spam. I just see the topic straight away and I just go spam, bang, done. Don't even open them, spam straight away. And there's no one worse for leaving 100, 200 emails, and then as soon as you start on that, it goes right through and you just move it on as well. Let me see. I'm just going to see if anything else I can pick up on. Terms and conditions of PayPal, I would go through that as well as the policy updates. Buyers and selling protection, PayPal, read it. Business, debit card, credit cards, card holder agreements, that actually is on PayPal as well. Read it. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying there's information out there. Go through it while you've got a little bit of time on your hands, folks. Agreement, terms and conditions, they're all on PayPal. That's just on PayPal alone. There's page after page after page. If you go onto Wikipedia and put PayPal in, it just goes on and on and on and on. The list of it. Does PayPal have a fee? Too right, it does. So, do you think I've been fair with the topic and the subject tonight? Again, it's your views as well. It's your topic and subject. Right, where are we going? Rachel, thank you for your comments. It's been much appreciated. You'd love to join, but watching Chelsea cling on to a 1-1 lead. It's on up there as well. So, Claire, you've been taught that cash on the day is good, but the COVID situation encouraging us to use online, definitely it's vulnerable. Older people are being targeted, is a disgrace. Definitely utmost, I totally agree. I opened an account for my dad the other day, can't log in. Asked for a refund in the account, no communication back. Again, it's so hard. We'll get there. It's just at the moment there's no phone lines, but once the phone lines open, we can sort that out as well. But a lot of the old age pensioners are being targeted as well, so be very, very careful, wise as well. Just going to see if I can recap on anything else there. Yeah, anyone got any of one of them accounts where you're getting all the breakdown cover? Really look into that and just send your bank a letter asking them for the fees back. I would. Well, I have done actually, so just letting you know. So while we've got time on your hands, see where we're going. Anything from you, Kaz? There's certain things about the 6 most secure ways of making payment methods. There's all little stuff like that as well. But again, there's loads of ombudsmen out there as well. Oh, what would you like to talk about on next week's show? I do have a bit of time on my hands tomorrow, so I can sort out a new poster. If people inbox me, I will put that over to Karen if it's okay to run with. Any topic subject we haven't covered in the last few weeks. A lot of people have contacted me regarding last week and the topic and the subject of, you know, looking after each other out there in the paranormal world went down really well, and I thank you all for your feedback with that again. It was about positive situations as well. Your show, Gary, cracking on. That's fine. That's fantastic. Rachel, where would you see yourself in the next 5 years, folks? Come on, Paranormal World, where do you think we'll be in the next 5 years? What would you like us to do in the next 5 years? A brilliant tool to any company to use the ATM is Even Bright, yeah. Until the end of the event, make sure the money is secure. But if a cut, but be safe, yeah, definitely. Many a time I've had to go and look for a hole in the wall in a town or a city or a location. Done that many a time, and many a time I've helped out and paid for locations as well. Again, we all look after each other. It's very, very much appreciated. Yeah, the old ways. I always say cash is king. That's me. But I'll call them not working, so difficult. The old ways. Yeah, definitely agree with you there, Claire. They've been trying to explain to parents. So many vulnerable people are trying to get by or using online for the first time. Very dangerous. Yes, definitely, Coops. I wasn't going to say it, but that is a subject and an area I'd like to cover. Have a little look into it, folks. All right, this man is the master at this evidence that's out there. Yeah, 5 years' time, Claire. Hopefully, we'll be in Scotland with a good paranormal business. Hopefully, we'll get up to Edinburgh when it's safe and we can do so. And our Rachel sending you a list of modern jargon, Gary. That's fine. Just think about how you can move forward as well. Facebook user, hope you're well, Gary. Yeah, like on the StreamYard, I'm okay, I'm all good. Looking forward to next week's show as well. A lot of whistling going on in the background. I have that quite a bit. I'm tapping my feet as well sometimes. Sitting in the vortex as well. Right, where are we going? It's 5 years' time. We'd be open to have visited America and some of the haunted places as well. Right, we are nearly coming up to the end of the show. I don't want to cut it short. Just trying to think. I think over the years I've done really well, but now I really start turning the stones and looking into all these policies and procedures as well. I do know people that's not had money back, and sometimes they've had to cut the losses, which isn't nice to see. And you're looking at possibly £150 each over the years as well. So sometimes you have to write things off, but you'll learn as we move forwards, don't we? Which is very, very hard, and it's not nice to see people. So again, keep on chatting Sunday night, the Shadow Chasers show, guests from Colchester Paranormal Society Investigation. We will look forward to that. And I think we are Monday night. Monday night. I think we're on at 8 o'clock, aren't we, Kaz? Really good open mic hour, Gary. Cheers. As again, we're just trying to cover things. Again, it can be any topic, any subject. You can come in with any questions as well. Even starting the subject off, we can dive in, and we do touch on other things as well. You're welcome, Jess. Just trying to think, one thing you haven't covered in this. Put things in black and white, get advice, ask people. You do have free solicitors' advice on certain topics and subjects as well, in and around certain topics and subjects, but you've just got to ask the question there as well. You know, that again's around policies and procedures, but don't just get roped into saying that person or that solicitor saying, yeah, you can have this, you can have that. You need to read the terms and the conditions as well. Make sure everything matches the description, this, that, and the other. Sunday, 11 o'clock at night is the Parrot Exchange chat with illusionist Andrew Bassel. Look forward to that. Can't wait for that one. Monday night is with Deborah. and she's over in Canada. So we'll look forward to catching up with her, and we'll see where that takes us and see what she's come across as well in the field. Right, I am going to love you and leave you, and just thanks for listening. Thanks for being part of this evening as well. And I look forward to catching up with you soon on Monday night. But keep on chatting there. Check out, subscribe to the YouTube page as well. Starting Wednesday, The Witches Show. Is our Rachel on there by any chance, Karen? She's certainly sharpened the talons for me tonight. See you next time, Gemma. Again, please be safe out there. If we can look after each other, that's all we're trying to do. The events people and the customers and everybody involved. Keep working hard. You're doing brilliant. Keep strong together, and we're just trying to move forwards together. That's all we're just trying to do. Cool. Wednesday sounds good. It does, Claire. Can't wait for that one. That's going to be really, really interesting as well. Again, the platform. Mention the platform to your friends, family, and loved ones as well. You know what I mean? They might enjoy different topics and subjects as well that we've got. Witchcraft teaching every week. Ooh, now that does sound like I'll have to be quiet and listen as well. So I will tune into that. Look forward to doing it. Going to sign off there now, folks. Thank you for your support there in the background, and to any moderators as well. Much appreciated. Much appreciated your time. Stay safe, stay strong, look after each other. Ooh, magic spells, Wednesday. We're getting there. Night, folks.